You've been told your whole life that your brain is the problem, that you're too much or not enough, that you just need to try harder, focus more, get it together. I'm Dr. B, and I'm here to tell you that everything you've been told is wrong. You're bright, you're gifted, you're wired for something extraordinary. What you're missing isn't willpower, and it isn't a higher dose. It's skills, specific, learnable skills that nobody ever taught you. This is living beyond ADHD, where we stop managing your limitations and start unleashing your brilliance. Let's get into it now. So today I'm going to be talking about what executive function really is and why nobody told you. So tell me if this sounds familiar. You've heard the words executive function before. Maybe a doctor used them. Maybe you read them in an article. Maybe someone told you that ADHD is an executive function disorder. But has anyone ever actually explained to you what executive function is, what it does, why it matters, what it looks like when it's missing, and what becomes possible when it's built? I'm going to guess the answer is no. Or at best, you got a very vague explanation that didn't give you anything useful to work with. Today, we fix that. By the end of this episode, you will know exactly what executive function is and why it is central to everything about ADHD. And most importantly, why the fact that yours is underdeveloped is not a permanent condition. So first, the brain's management system. Here's the clearest way that I know to explain executive function. It's your brain's management system. Think about what a great manager does. They plan, they prioritize, they start things at the right time, they keep track of multiple tasks, they manage resources, including time and energy. They adapt when things change. They stay calm under pressure. They follow through. That is your executive function. It lives primarily in the prefrontal cortex, the front part of your brain, and it is responsible for the higher order thinking that separates intentional, goal-directed behavior from impulse and reaction. When executive function is working well, you can decide to do something and actually do it. You can make a plan and follow it. You can feel an impulse and choose not to act on it. You can sit with discomfort long enough to finish what you started. When executive function is underdeveloped, which is the case for most adults with ADHD, those things are genuinely neurologically hard. Not because you're lazy, not because you don't care, because the management system isn't running at full capacity. Second, the core executive function skills. Let me walk you through the main components. I want you to hear each one and notice which ones feel most familiar, most like the places you struggle. Working memory. This is your brain's ability to hold information in mind while you're using it. When someone gives you a set of instructions, and step 3, you've lost step 1. That's working memory. When you walk into a room and you forget why, that's working memory. This is not stupidity. This is a specific skill that can be strengthened and developed. Cognitive flexibility, the ability to shift your thinking, adapt to new information, and see things from different perspectives. When you get locked into one way of doing something and you can't pivot, cognitive flexibility. When change derails you completely, cognitive flexibility. Next, inhibitory control, the ability to pause before acting, to stop an impulse, to not say the thing, not click the thing, not eat the thing, not spend the money, the filter between thought and action. Adults with ADHD often have a very thin filter, and they've spent years being blamed for what comes through it. Planning and organization, breaking a big goal into steps, sequencing those steps in the right order, keeping track of where you are. Adults with ADHD often see the end goal clearly. The vision is vivid and real, but the path from here to there is invisible. Task initiation, starting, just starting. This sounds simple. For adults with ADHD, it can feel like trying to push a boulder uphill, not because the task is hard. Sometimes it's easy, but because the brain won't fire the starting signal. Emotional regulation, the ability to manage your emotional responses, not suppress them, but work with them. ADHD brains feel intensely. Without regulation skills, those feelings can hijack everything else. Time management, understanding how long things take. Experiencing time is a continuous reality rather than now and not now. Anticipating, estimating, planning for the future. We're going to spend a whole episode on this because it's so central and so misunderstood. Third, why this is good news. Here's what I need you to take from today's episode more than anything else. Every single thing I just described, working memory, cognitive flexibility, inhibitory control, planning, task initiation, emotional regulation, time management. These are skills, not traits, not fixed features of your personality, not things you either have or you don't. skills. And skills, unlike traits, can be learned, practiced, built, integrated over time with the right approach. They become part of how you function automatically. The mainstream conversation treats executive function as a deficit to be managed. I am here to tell you it is a set of skills to be developed. That is not a semantic difference. That is an entirely different paradigm. And it changes everything about what's possible. Now, there's one more piece I need to introduce, and we're going to go deep on it next week. Before executive function skills can be built and stick, there are what I call pre-skills that need to be in place. Think of them as the foundation. Without the foundation, nothing built on top of it holds. That's next week's episode. And trust me, it's the piece that almost nobody in this space is talking about. Executive function is your brain's management system. It's made up of specific, learnable skills. Yours may be underdeveloped, not because you're broken, but because nobody taught you and nobody built them with you. That changes now. And I want to add in one thing. Tomorrow, or really it'll be today when this is released, on the 23rd of June, I'm hosting a masterclass. It isn't you, never was you. It's something, you'll find a link in the show notes, something you want to make time for, if you can at all, because what I will be talking about there is life changing. So check the show notes for the link. Get registered for the free masterclass. I'm Dr. B. This is Living Beyond ADHD. Take good care of that brilliant brain of yours. That's what I have for you today. I hope something landed. I hope something shifted, even just a little, because that's how this works. Not all at once, but one insight, one skill, one episode at a time. You are not your diagnosis. You are not your history. You are a brilliant adult who deserves a life that actually works. And that life is buildable. I've seen it. I've lived it. If you're ready to go further, come find me at drbarbaracohen.com. All the episodes are there, along with the information about my 9-month program, Get Shit Done, GSD, where we do this work for real, together, all the way through. Subscribe wherever you listen. Share this with someone who needs it. And I will be back next week with more truth. I'm Dr. B. This is Living Beyond ADHD. Take care of that brilliant brain of yours.